for the Bulls.
Hoi Kbura, everybody. Good morning. Howzit? Welcome back, Amal, to all my Afrikaans-speaking followers. Yes, it is still morning, 9:44 in the a.m. here in Texas Central Standard Time. Finished up what a great match it turned out to be between the Bulls and Lions there in Loftus and the Jacaranda City. 30-28 the final. Once again, I'll say it now. Obviously, my earlier prediction wasn't even close, but the Lions, in my opinion, just one or two pieces away from being a very dominant side in South African rugby. And you've got to tip your hat to Coach Evan van Rooyen for really building something very, very special there with those Lions. So this video, obviously the post game, but I'm unlocking my phone here so I can follow along with my pictures that I have here. And it's something that has come up in the past, and I've brought it up in videos, and some people have been like, hey, what's the deal? Why are there like nobody at the games in South Africa? And I'm going to post a screenshot here. I have blanked out the guilty party to conceal the identity of the innocent here. But it really just got me to thinking, because it's like people keep complaining about the attendance figures at URC games in South Africa. And I just thought maybe, hey, it's a kind of a moment to put things in perspective. So we're going to go through all the stadiums in the URC and kind of take a look at the size of some of these stadiums. And, maybe it'll put some things in perspective for the people making those kind of comments about the attendance at South African stadiums for matches. So we're going to start off in Bennington, up in Italy, Stadio Comunale de Manigio. It is the Bennington Treviso Stadium, and its capacity is 6,700. Then we're going to move over to Wales, Cardiff Arms Park. Their capacity is 12,125. Then we move to Ireland, to Connacht, the Galway Sports Ground. Its capacity is 8,100. Then we're going to head back to Wales with the Dragons. They play at Rodney Parade, and their capacity is 8,700. Not 87,000, 8,700. Then we get to the Edinburgh stadiums. They play at Edinburgh Rugby Stadium, and its capacity is 7,800. Then we get to the Glasgow Warriors. They play in Scotstoun Stadium, and their capacity is 4,765. Now we get to the top team in the URC pool. They list two stadiums. We're going to go with RDS first at 18,500, and then Aviva Stadium, which is for very limited matches, which is the national stadium for Irish rugby, and it seats 51,700. Then we will go to Munster, also there in Ireland, and they play at Musgrave Park, capacity 8,008. Then we're back to Wales, the Osprey Swansea Stadium, seating a capacity of 20,827. Then we've got the Parky Scarlets for the Scarlets there. I don't know if that's really how you're supposed to pronounce that, but they play in a stadium that seats 14,870. Ulster, back in Ireland, they play at Ravenhill, capacity of 18,196. And to follow it all off, to end it all off, Stadio Lanfrancesi. It's where Zebra Parma plays. Their capacity is a whopping 5,000. So these stadiums are all nice club stadiums, and when they're full, they look very full, and you don't need a lot to fill those up. Then we get to the question at hand at the beginning of the video: why does it look like no one's at any of those stadiums? So we'll start off with the game where it was at today, Loftus, Versfeld in Pretoria. Capacity 51,762. Then we move to where the Lions play, Ellis Park, Emirates Airlines Park in Johannesburg, with a capacity of 62,567. Then we go to Kings Park, Hollywood. That's Kings Park in Durban there in KZN. and their stadium seats 52,000 people. And last but not least, the newest stadium of these four, replacing the unreplaceable DHL Newlands, is DHL Cape Town Stadium in Cape Town, South Africa, the home of the Stormers, and it seats 55,000 people. So to answer your question here, buddy, you could sell your 18,500 seat stadium out, take those people and put them in any South African stadium, and it's going to look like no one's there. You could sell 8,700 tickets, even less, and it's going to, you put those amount of people in a South African stadium, it's going to look like no one's there. The difference between all the other sides in the URC and the South African sides is they're playing in club stadiums. The South Africans are playing in international stadiums. I would love to see 50,000 at every URC game. But you're not even selling, you're packing a stadium with 18,000 people. It's not the same. You can't compare the two. If you're going to complain about URC attendance, look at the size of the stadium and compare it to the one that you're using. Because, you know, there's a couple of other teams that use alternate stadiums, but they don't use them for every game. These guys use these, obviously, Cape, the Stormers went and played at Stellenbosch. It's Denny Craven. They don't have 18,000 seat URC stadiums in South Africa. They don't exist. So that's kind of the whole thing, is like people are complaining about the attendance. Now, we've already talked about the attendance at Ellis Park, Johannesburg. It's in a really bad neighborhood. That's why the attendance is so cucked there. But to sit here and say that you've seen more people at a 12U match, dude, there could have been 20,000 people in that stadium and it would have looked half empty because it's a 52,000 seat stadium. And that would have been more than what you have at your games. So bit of a loaded, bit of a dumb comparison. There could have been more people at that game at Loftus today than go to your home stadium, but you can't tell because your home stadium is small compared to the South African stadiums. It's a club stadium. Loftus is an international stadium. Edinburgh Rugby Stadium isn't going to host the Springboks versus Scotland. No, that's BT Murrayfield that's going to host that. You're not going to have an international RDS Stadium is not hosting Ireland versus South Africa. That's going to be Aviva. Loftus, Ellis Park, Newlands, DHL, Western, DHL Cape Town, and Kings Park. Those are all, the All Blacks play there. The Pumas play there. The Wallabies play there. We're not playing in 18,000 seat stadiums in South Africa. So it's not to start a big argument. It's just to kind of say, hey, look, if you're going to talk about the attendance looking bad at South African games, well, why don't you build a 50,000 seat stadium and see how your attendance looks? Because it's going to look just as bad. But that's all I had to say with this one. It was just kind of a gripe in the morning. Obviously, great weekend. The Denton rugby game did get canceled. The pitch is boggy and soggy, so we'll not be going to that, but I'll be spending time here with my family. Let me know what you guys are doing for the rest of the weekend, and we will get together very soon. Obviously, have got the interview with Marcelo tomorrow. Cannot wait to do that one. And I hope you guys have a keen weekend. Cheers, guys.